back.
To
Sick.
see you
Next.
Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Today's Tuesday.
And we're both wearing black.
We are, because
It's Halloween.
it's Halloween and we're in mourning.
Happy Spooktober. Oh my god, we are in mourning.
Yeah.
Even though this person didn't affect our lives at all
Not
growing
remotely.
up.
Not remotely. But recently, directioners were quite affected by the loss of Liam Payne.
Yes, Liam Payne did pass away in a awful, awful way.
Insane.
It's so
Crazy.
sad.
It happened
Yeah.
2 days ago when we're recording this, so we're still
Yeah.
reeling.
Yeah.
The crazy way to open the pod, actually.
It's crazy because didn't Maggie die right at our previous one?
Yeah. What's happening? We
so
had to do that
our
on the day that
pods-
she died. We're killing people in the community.
Who's next?
Stay tuned. No one's safe this Spooktober.
We only have one more Spooktober left after this.
That's chilling. Wait, no, this is it.
I mean, technically, in October, we have one more Tuesday.
That's true.
It's
but
just not going to be a horror movie.
it's someone's special Tuesday.
I don't know what that might be.
I don't know.
You know what? I am going to try this for the first time on the pod. I know I said I
Oh,
wasn't going to, but
okay,
I haven't
you liar.
opened it. I just haven't opened it
So,
yet.
Ben, what have you got there?
I have Bureau. It came today. It's Tom Holland's non-alcoholic
Woo.
beer company that he just launched. Super detailed. It's like embossed, the can.
Ooh. Worth the money.
Yeah, there's IPA, there's wheat beer, and then there's a Pilsner. This
Lovely.
is the IPA. I bought the value pack though, because
You wanted to try them all.
I did want to try them all. But I've never had there's like a lot of those non-alcoholic beer companies.
Yeah.
I've never had any of them, so I've never tried.
I never have either. Shockingly.
But this is the IPA. Let's give her a shot. I'm
Yeah.
nervous.
Oh my god. Good luck.
I don't want Tom to let me down, is really what it is.
He won't. I trust him. How is he?
That's actually wild.
It tastes like beer?
Like fully, it does have a slight, like, it tastes like an IPA. It's just like slightly watered.
Yeah.
Is
okay.
what it feels like.
I guess that's crazy.
That's crazy.
What are the ingredients
That's
of beer?
So good.
Bread?
Yeast.
Yeah.
Barley, malted wheat, malted oats, hops, and yeast, and water.
Okay.
Truly, so good. Like, I could chug this.
Do it.
Chug.
Chug. No, it's too expensive to chug.
That's great, though. Like, really good.
Good for Tom.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yay. What an opener.
Anyways, no, literally.
And
What
now-
do you have? You have something behind you? I think that you're gonna try.
May drink of the night.
Yeah, he's
Audio
crying for
listeners,
your attention.
I have a man behind me, and his name is Augie.
Not a man.
I have a man. He's a grown man.
He's
I am
begging
dog
for your
sitting.
attention.
He is. He wants me so bad,
And he'll get you.
and he has me. He'll have me all night long.
He certainly will.
He certainly
And
will.
tomorrow night.
And tomorrow night, staying the weekend.
But
But-
it is our last week of horror Spooktober.
It is. It's a chapter is closing, and I'm kind of sad about it because what a fun little journey.
No, it was a fun little journey. And honestly, in a selfish way, it was an easy journey.
Very true.
We said we know what we're doing for the next 4 weeks.
We're sorted. We haven't had to think of a pod idea for eons. What a treat.
Truly. But as tradition goes, we've done my favorite, then Annabelle's favorite, then my other favorite. And so
And
today,
now we're back to Ben.
we're doing my third favorite.
Woo! Honestly, we couldn't.
No, we are not doing that.
We're not. It's my turn. Again.
It is. And what movie have you chosen for us?
I have chosen the 1992 classic Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me.
Yes.
The
And
prequel to the
yeah.
television series Twin Peaks by David Lynch.
Yes, David
and Warren
Lynch.
Frost, but he doesn't have anything to do with the film.
But David Lynch, I was gonna say, is like
Iconic.
Especially like, I mean, I feel like obviously the people watching this would probably recognize the name Twin Peaks, but might not recognize David Lynch. But like, if you're in like the film, if you watch movies, and
You'll know
like,
Lynch.
Yeah, you've definitely.
Things are described as like Lynchian.
Yeah, I mean, Mulholland Drive is a big one most people have seen.
Blue Velvet.
Inland Empire.
Eraserhead.
Yeah.
Wild at Heart.
So it's sort of hard to
June?
not see
80s
one.
June?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
80. Yeah. He has been around, and he's got his own signature flair.
He definitely does.
And he did the TV show Twin Peaks, which
He did.
I feel like maybe people don't quite know.
Yeah. Honestly, very true. I feel like, the name Twin Peaks is perhaps more widely known than Lynch's work.
I think so.
Yeah. Especially because they brought it back in 2017, so it was like in our lifetime.
I was going to say, I feel like Twin Peaks might be the most well-known, at least, of David Lynch's work.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
I showed you the pilot once.
I've seen the pilot.
I love the pilot. One of my favorite pilots of all time.
One of your favorite movies of all time.
Very true. It's lengthy. I love Twin Peaks. It is one of my top 3 favorite shows ever.
Before we talk about the movie, can you give like the briefest summary of the TV show?
That's cool. You knew that I came with a summary of the movie, and you said we're still going to keep you on your toes.
I said, let's do it twice.
Let's actually not do 1 but 2 summaries.
Yes.
Okay. So the TV show Twin Peaks is about the murder of a 17-year-old prom queen, Laura Palmer. In the pilot episode, she washes up on the shore at a beach wrapped in plastic in the town of Twin Peaks, which is like just near the Canadian border, very woodsy, Washington state. And a new FBI agent, Dale Cooper, comes into the town of Twin Peaks to try and solve this murder. And then he finds like a secret underbelly in this seemingly domestic, quaint town.
How long is the show? Like
2
season
seasons.
1? 2?
Yes.
And how many episodes per season?
So they differ. The first season is 8 episodes. The second season, I want to say, is like 18? 22? Something like that.
Okay, Big Time Rush.
No, genuinely. Twin Peaks season 2, or maybe it's like 25. 2 episodes.
Why so many?
No, 22. So that's like the standard length of
that's
TV
how like The
seasons
Walking
at the time.
Dead was.
Glee, it was 22 episodes. Pretty Little Liars, varied a bit, started with 22. So I think season 1, they just like weren't sure. They were taking a chance because like it's weird. It was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
The 90s wasn't super ready, and in fact, the first season when it premiered got like no one liked it. And then there was a little break between season 1 and season 2, and people started to like it in the break. And then they were like, okay, let's go ahead with 22 episodes for season 2.
Does it have a conclusive ending?
Ish. We find out who killed Laura Palmer about the first third of the way through season 2. David Lynch wanted season 2 to like be the end of it and wanted it to end with like who killed Laura Palmer, but Warren Frost was like, no, we're gonna do it earlier. So then David Lynch like bopped away for the rest of season 2, where like just like weird stuff happens. It's not necessary at all to the main plot. Like it's just the characters you know in weird situations, and then at the end, it's slightly open-ended.
Gotcha.
So they could have been renewed. But also, they do say...
it's fine where it is.
It's fine where it is. It's just, like, one big thing that happens at the end.
Okay.
That people were like, what? And then the show ended. But also, you do hear Laura say, like, see you in 25 years. And then it came back 25 years later. So it feels apt that season 3 didn't happen right away. Jesus, Harlem's crazy on a Friday.
Harlem's always crazy. You're sounding like Baltimore.
Crazy. No, genuinely.
So this when did Twin Peaks come out? The TV show.
1991? 1990.
Okay. And so that came out in 1990. When did season 2 come out?
1991.
And then this prequel came out a year later.
1992.
After that. Okay.
Originally, David Lynch wanted to make this film in 1990.
The prequel.
Yes.
Like to go hand in hand with the TV show?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
And then like a bunch of the cast weren't down because it's tonally very different and also like a lot more risque, and people weren't necessarily down for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Hence
we
why
can get
not
into
a
that
lot of
for sure.
Yeah, we will.
So that leads us to this 1992 release of the prequel.
Very true.
Why don't you give us the actual rundown of what this movie is about?
I'm so glad you asked. In the folksy town of Deerfield, Washington, FBI agent
Did you
Desmond,
write this down?
I don't know what you're talking about. This is an improvised podcast. This is just off the top of my head. But as I was saying, FBI agent Desmond inexplicably disappears while hunting for the man who murdered a teen girl. The killer is never apprehended. And after experiencing dark visions and supernatural encounters, Agent Dale Cooper chillingly predicts that the culprit will claim another life.
Are you in your notes app right now? I swear.
Meanwhile, in the similarly cozy town of Twin Peaks, hedonistic beauty Laura Palmer hangs with lowlifes and seems destined for a grisly fate.
Are you on Wikipedia? What's happening? I'm so serious. Did you write it or is it from Wikipedia?
Google AI. And they also spelled Laura Palmer. So I was doing some editing in the read. Hedonistic beauty is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
So there you
Continue,
go. That's it. That's the end.
Okay.
Yeah, they summed up the majority of the movie in one sentence, and
Sure.
the first quarter of it they summed up in about 4 sentences. So interesting wait. But no, the second half of the film, when we get into Twin Peaks, is like the days leading up to Laura Palmer's murder. So it's the days leading up to what happens in the pilot episode of the show.
Yeah. And so you mentioned that this movie is like really tonally different than
Yes.
Twin Peaks, the show.
Yes.
I, as someone who has never seen the show,
Yes.
I would love to know what you think is like tonally different.
So the show is very quirky, zany. It's a lot funnier.
Yeah.
Not sitcom humor, but I feel like it, particularly with Kyle MacLachlan at the helm, he's funny and weird and does all of these odd things. And that's what it centers around. I feel like the show's a lot more wholesome. It leans into the quaintness and wholesomeness of the town, and there are these crazy characters in the town. You've got Lucy, the receptionist, who's could be played by Zooey Deschanel now. That kind of vibe.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it leans into that, whereas this movie does not. I think a lot of fans were expecting it to, the fans who missed Twin Peaks and was sad that it was canceled, were yes, this movie is more of that, and it's going to be nostalgic and reference it, and it does not do that at all.
It's very serious in its tone.
Yes.
It's it's truly a drama thriller, I'd call it.
Yeah. I think it's classified as a horror movie, which is why I was we can slip it in.
Yeah, I can.
Some gross stuff happens.
Gross stuff happens, and anything that really centers around the murder and it is a murder mystery in its core. So
Yes.
Coming from the story of Twin Peaks, it's a murder mystery. So
Yeah.
as you know that she dies in the pilot of
Yes.
Twin Peaks. So.
Yes.
As a viewer, you're very aware that she's not gonna make it out alive.
Absolutely, yeah. That would be actually insane if she
I think
did.
is what could make it a horror movie easily.
Yes.
And I also think that Kyle MacLachlan's not at the helm of this.
No.
He is sort of the center of Twin Peaks, the show, and his claim to fame as an actor now.
Yes.
And
he very much embraces that. He
Yeah.
talks about it on his social media a lot. However, at the time, he wasn't thrilled with that.
Which, okay, Zac Efron, get over yourself.
Stop. Yeah, he was supposed to be in it more, and then he was worried about being typecast. So he was like, sorry, David, I'm not going to be in it. And then David was like, be in it a bit. And he said, okay.
Well, I wonder if Kyle MacLachlan had been the lead or like a lead of this movie, if it might have had a different tone. Yeah.
That's a good question. I do know that, so Chris Isaac's character was supposed to just all be Kyle MacLachlan.
Okay.
And that was the capacity in which he was supposed to be in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means the beginning would have been like quirkier and funnier, and then it would have delved into the movie it became.
Yeah. I feel like there was moments where it maybe attempted to emulate the like quirkiness of
I agree.
the show.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it landed as well as maybe the show did.
Yeah. I
mean, David Bowie's in it.
David Bowie is kind of in it. This is my fun facts. So David Bowie is in the beginning of the film. He just like shows up and he's on camera and then he's not on camera. Like they're trying to be like, look, weird stuff's happening. This random detective is like showing up and I'm going to like interact with him and play with time realms, blah. That's why I can see that Laura Palmer's going to die. And David Bowie just like walks in and speaks in this thick southern accent, which in fact he could not do.
Yeah.
So all of his lines are dubbed by someone else.
That's insane.
His voice does not feature in the film.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch it because
I almost told you when we were watching it that I was like, I'm going to keep my little
you should have
sexy
told
mouth
me
shut.
because I would have been like, let's rewind it. I want to hear it.
We can do that now.
That's too much work.
Okay. After this, immediately, let's back up. Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, round 2.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's do it with Nail and I.
Let's do
Although
it.
it's been a while. We watched this a bit ago. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, it was Monday.
Was it? Okay. 5 days ago.
That's enough time. We've digested it.
It does feel like a long time for me. For some reason, I'm like, 3 weeks have passed.
This week's gone for a lifetime.
This has been such a long week. Truly.
It has. It's been a long, eventful week.
And today doesn't even feel like a Friday to me.
It literally doesn't. Like before I said to you it's Friday night, I felt like I was lying. It feels like it's Sunday night.
I set my alarm for 6 a.m.
Well, don't do that.
For tomorrow.
Don't
and then I was
get
like, well,
up.
wait, I actually don't need to get up at 6 a.m.
Don't do that. You crazy little baby. Don't do that.
Keep thinking I'm going to work tomorrow.
You're not. You're free. No, genuinely, I feel like the week just ended. It's a Sunday, and we're about to start again tomorrow.
Yeah.
That could be because I am working tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you so much for your condolences.
But so something in terms of like the tone of this movie and the ambiance and everything is, for those who know David Lynch, he's got this like he has a signature ambiance in his films. It's like a slow moving,
very much a slow burn.
Like, but it's always tense. Like always.
Absolutely,
tense.
yeah.
And that was very prominent here as well.
For sure.
So despite the lack of like maybe same tone as the TV show, it definitely still feels like a David Lynch movie. Yes.
I think the show had that like in parts, and then they would like alleviate that tension with humor from other people.
And I feel
which
like
I think was just to satisfy TV, honestly.
And I was gonna say, with such a long running form of it, you kind of have to do that.
You have to do that.
Every single episode was just this straight monotone sort of serious tone, it would get boring.
Absolutely.
So quick. So
yeah, I think that might be why he brought Warren Frost on board. He said, we need someone.
Yeah.
I've also been saying Warren Frost this whole time. I think it's Mark Frost. I'm going to kill myself.
Robert Frost.
Robert. Is it
the
Warren?
Poet.
It's Warren?
I don't know. I was making a joke about it is Mark Frost, but
who the hell is Warren?
Warren Beatty.
Is there a Warren in the show?
There is a Warren Frost.
Oh.
He died in 2017.
Is he in the show?
Let me look. He was in Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me
Sick. Okay. Cool.
as Will Hayward.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
He's
Mark
Donna's
Frost,
dad.
Yes, Mark Frost was also in Twin Peaks.
Yes. Okay.
Wait. Mark Frost was an executive producer.
So it's Mark Frost and David Lynch, and then Warren Frost was Donna's dad.
Yes.
Gotcha.
He was a co-creator, Mark Frost.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Mark Frost is still alive.
I did know that. I just forgot the man's identity, and that's okay. But yeah, so perhaps he was brought in to like lighten it up, to de-lynch it.
Maybe.
Because the new show is very much, there are like 2 scenes in it that are funny. I guess you can find some humor in Dougie, the guy who's married to Naomi Watts. You've seen the Naomi Watts clips. The rest of it is grueling and painful to watch.
Really?
And it is 18 episodes of television that I, like, quite frankly, I think I'm not ready for. Like, the world's not ready for it. I think in 10 years,
brutal.
I will rewatch it and be like, masterpiece. But at the moment, I don't think it's a thing to be liked.
Oh, wow.
It's just like a thing that exists. I appreciate it. There's a scene with Michael Cera that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Apart from that,
oh my God, of course.
Insane watch. Would not recommend sitting through that if you're not like an insane fan of the show.
Let's talk about the cast.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the cast.
Yeah. So Laura Palmer is played by Cheryl Lee.
Cheryl Lee.
I had to do some digging to be like, what is she up to?
Oh no. Okay. I told you not to Google Cheryl Lee.
No, I just wanted to know what she, in terms of acting. I didn't go on her Wikipedia page or anything. I was on her IMDb page.
Okay.
Because I was like, she's kind of a nobody.
Yes.
Truly.
Yes.
And she still very much is. Mm-hmm. She's done like a decent amount of things.
That's interesting. Actually, yeah. What has she done?
So, in terms of what I've seen her in,
she was
Winter's
in...
Bone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She was in White Bird in a Blizzard. Your favorite movie, White Bird in a Blizzard.
My literal... Honestly, wait. I should have done that.
Stop. You should have picked that. That would have been iconic.
Next year.
She was in Texas Killing Fields.
Okay, I didn't...
With Jessica Chastain.
She's been in a bunch. What the hell?
I know.
Cafe Society?
Like, she's truly been in quite a lot. She was in 9 episodes of One Tree Hill.
Banging.
But, again, I would still call her a nobody.
Yes.
She does have an upcoming movie with Lucy Fry.
Oh my God. Shut up. I love Lucy Fry.
And Matt Rife.
What? Babe, no. She can do better than Matt Rife. No, Cheryl. Laura Palmer and Matt Rife are not doing a film together. That's crazy. No.
They are.
He's going to ask if she has an innie or an outie. I know he is.
And it comes out this year.
I fear I'll have to be there, but I'm not going to like it. Wow.
But yeah, she's got 3 upcoming films.
Wow. Would you like to hear my fun Cheryl Lee
about
fact?
Cheryl Lee? I would love to.
So, she hadn't really done anything before Twin Peaks. She'd done like a couple of small things. She perhaps like in her mind's eye wanted to be an actress, but also like wasn't wedded to it. It wasn't like a big thing for her. She was mainly trying to be a model. David Lynch walked into a cafe, a restaurant, some kind of establishment, saw her headshot in like a small town in Seattle, said, "That is who I want to be the dead body of Laura Palmer and take the prom photo stills." And that's it. Like, we don't need her for anything else. We just need the prom photo. we need her dead. And there's like this little video in the pilot of her and Donna like dancing, and that's all we need. And then he found her so magnetic on screen and was like, you've got something, that he then wrote in Laura Palmer's cousin, Maddie Ferguson, which is Cheryl Lee in a brunette wig, so that she could be a bigger part in the show. And then again, liked her so much that he was like, we need to do this film. And so he wanted to give her a platform.
It didn't work.
What are you talking about? She was in White Bird and a Blizzard, man. She's Matt Rife's co-star. David Lynch knew what he was doing.
My thing about that, okay, so if Twin Peaks the show came out in 1990, she would have been 23.
Yes.
33.
23.
33. 1990. 23.
23. She's born in 1965, right?
1967.
Oh, my mom told me that they were born in the same year.
Oh my Donna.
The 2-year age difference is famously a trend in my Don Hayward law. Oh no.
Yeah, she was born in 1967.
Okay. Close enough.
But so she would have been 23.
Yes.
She looks about 33.
No, she doesn't.
Okay, I agree. In 1990, I think she does
Look
give
younger.
prom queen. She does.
Yeah.
In this movie,
It's the hair.
you know what? And it might be.
It is. It's
She
the Farrah
looks-
Fawcett like blowout.
She's got a mortgage. She's got maybe 6 kids.
Stop it.
She looks old.
And it's crazy that she's also supposed to be playing like technically younger than the pilot.
I
by a
know.
couple
She's supposed
of
to
weeks.
be probably like 16.
17.
17. That's insane to me. There's literally no world in which that 25-year-old woman is 17.
Hey.
She doesn't even look 25 is the thing. She looks 30.
No, she does. She does look old. I genuinely do think it's like the hair and the makeup.
And that's so mean of them
It is.
to do that to her.
Why did they do that?
Because
She's the lead of her first thing ever. They make her look 80.
the replacement of that one character,
Donna Hayward?
Donna Hayward, yeah. The
Moira
the
Kelly?
actress who plays her in this,
Yes.
looks
Younger.
younger, a lot younger.
Yeah.
And so in the scene in which they're in the bar
Club.
and they're like
Yeah.
making out with the old men,
Yeah.
for her it seems like
Gross.
whoa,
Yeah.
gross. But with Laura Palmer, I'm like, okay,
Oh, she's having a good night.
yeah, like have fun.
It's fine.
Like she's not underage. It's fine.
It's fine. She's just having a good time.
Yeah.
Why are we afraid of women's sexuality?
So that is my issue with it, is like there's supposed to be these moments where you're like, this girl's underage and she's hooking up with these gross old men at a bar. The men are the same age as her.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Except
Some
like
of
that
them are,
one guy.
Old.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember those scenes like really grossed me out when I was a teenager.
Did you think she was your age? Like, did you look at
God,
her
no.
and be like, you thought she was older?
Yeah. Of course I did.
You're like,
I look at her now and think she's older.
That's my only problem. And I do think she's good in it though.
I think she's good at it too. Like, yeah, there are some things that like it makes sense that she wasn't an actress
But
before this.
I am
But I think for
still-
someone who wasn't, that she did a really good job.
I don't think I don't think anyone watching it would be like, oh, this is her first job.
No, yeah.
I think she does a good job. I just think that they could have hired somebody
What?
that looked the part.
Kirsten Dunst?
Like Kirsten Dunst. That would have been a really good one. And the internet agrees with me.
I don't
Comment
care.
below. Kirsten Dunst should play Laura Palmer.
Leave it.
I don't know what you... This is where I find out that Annabelle hates Kirsten Dunst.
I literally love her.
Because we're watching Twin Peaks, and I say, oh my God, Kirsten Dunst, like in her teen years, could play Laura Palmer. No. I don't know why you hate Kirsten Dunst.
I
don't know
don't.
what that woman ever did for you. but that
Cheryl Lee
woman,
needs one defender. And I fear it's got to be me.
I'm sorry. Cheryl Lee in that movie's on her deathbed. I don't think she needs someone to defund.
Oh my God. Yes, she does. She's too brittle to do it herself.
I was going to say her brittle bones are about to dissolve.
Hey.
I think Kirsten Dunst needs to step in.
No, she doesn't, because she was doing what? Interview with a Vampire and kissing Brad Pitt when she was 11 and she was busy.
I'm not saying 11-year-old Kirsten Dunst should be playing the part.
That's literally what you just said verbatim.
I literally said Kirsten Dunst as a teenager would have killed as Laura Palmer.
No. When you said Renee Rapp, perhaps you were onto something.
See, that's like so far, because I think at least Kirsten Dunst could do it.
No, I think Renee Rapp, that would be crazy, but like physically it works for me.
Yes,
yeah.
I just think that Kirsten Dunst as the character of Laura Palmer, not necessarily as like Cheryl Lee's look-alike.
I feel like Kirsten Dunst as a teenager like doesn't, like if we put her in that club, I don't know.
Like Virgin Suicide's Kirsten Dunst?
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Same character.
No. No one's the same character as Laura Palmer because she's incomparable.
All right, we're ending this. I'm calling Kirsten Dunst's agent. We're getting her on the pod.
I would actually
to say it to her face.
I offer her the pod. It's yours, Kirsten.
Yeah, you say her name wrong.
Kirsten.
I just think that she would kill. I also think physically Renee Rapp could play Laura Palmer.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Augie's so mad at you. He turned his back to you.
Oh, I've actually been shunned.
That's so depressing. Augie.
He can't hear you.
He can't hear me.
Wearing headphones. It's just me getting it.
But yeah, and then David Lynch makes an appearance in the movie. He
does. He also makes an appearance in the show. So he reprises the character he creates in the show.
David Cornsweet.
David Cornsweet, we wish.
Yes. Should have been.
Would have been now.
Could have been.
Now the cast would be David Cornsweet and Renee Rapp. Stars of Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me.
Renee Rapp's too old to be playing a 17-year-old.
Shut up. She's younger than Cheryl Lee in the film.
Wait, how old is she again?
24.
Renee?
She turned 24 in January.
God, she's old.
Hey.
Yeah, she is. But no, I think we could get a teenager to play this part of. I think we should get an 18-year-old.
I was gonna say, I think they need to be of age.
I think we need to get an 18-year-old.
Let's not Brooke Shields it. I think we need to get her to be of age because there's a lot of nudity in this film.
That's kind of gross, David Lynch.
So you're not the only person to agree. Richard Beamer, who you may know as Tony in the original West Side Story film.
Oh, okay, seen it.
Who plays Audrey Horne's dad in Twin Peaks the show. You will not know who Audrey Horne is because Sherilyn Fenn did not want to be in this film. But she is my favorite character in the show. He plays her father. And it is talked about in the show that like Ben, because everyone in the town of Twin Peaks is in love with and has slept with Laura Palmer, apparently. Like, that's what keeps getting revealed in the 2 seasons of the show. Everyone's like, and I also had a go, and I loved her, and she's the love of my life. Anyway, so at one point he starts crying, and he's like, Laura. So it turns out that he's been sleeping with his daughter's classmate. For drugs, who's to say? But there's one point in the movie that it was written in the script originally that his character was supposed to make out with Cheryl Lee for a bag of cocaine. I think she presumably wanted the bag of cocaine, and he refused to be in the film because he thought it was exploitative.
Okay. Good for him.
But also he was like a classic actor, and he did kind of think that like doing that kind of stuff was demeaning. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why did all of these people not want to come back?
I think they were scared of the tone shift. Well, I know Kyle MacLachlan, it was also, okay, so Kyle MacLachlan, it was allegedly that he didn't want to get typecast. He was also dating Lara Flynn Boyle, who played Donna Hayward in the show while the show was happening. She was apparently very toxic on set. a lot of the plot of season 2 changed because she didn't want him having to kiss other women.
Okay.
So and then they had like a very, very horrible big breakup. At first it kind of seemed like she was going to be in the film, so he said he didn't want to be in the film. So I think a lot of like behind the scenes drama played into cast. Like I think that's why Lara Flynn Boyle was like, no, I'm not going to be in it.
Interesting. Okay.
It was apparently scheduling conflict, but people were saying that
that's
it's
always
probably it's probably the relationship, and also probably the fact that she didn't want to get her tits out is the theory.
You know, there's two types of actors in this world.
The ones that entertain and the ones that observe.
That's not what I was going to say. There's the ones who find nude scenes free and liberating and necessary, and then ones that find them exploitative and disgusting.
Which are you, Ben?
Gross. Would
you get your tits out on screen?
Would I get my tits out on screen? Yeah, probably. If I think
I'd have to read the
Scarlett Johansson realm, yeah. I think it needs to be something that's sort of necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah, money talks.
So true. I don't even know if for me it would need to be necessary, but it's like, realistically, would this be happening? Because if you're trying to like just like portray real life on screen, sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But if it's like, and she's got her tits out at a cafe, I'm like, what do you mean? Literally, what do you mean?
You're breastfeeding.
I will never have a child, Ben.
You're acting.
No, like it's not realistic. No one sees me with a child.
I don't know. I think it would need to be something that's sort of
it also
real
would need to be
into
good.
the plot.
Like I'm so
Tasteful,
sorry.
too.
Not I guess. I don't know. Like Girls, the TV show, Lena Dunham, her whole thing with that was like, I want to like desexualize nudity and actually like make it look kind of like normal and sometimes like not pretty.
Everyone has a body.
Weird angle. Exactly. And she was like, I want it to be like in weird situations, weird angles, like stuff like that. Or like not necessarily flattering angles with like perfect lighting. And I like was like, yeah. And the show kills for that. It does it really well. So that was like my thinking behind it. But yeah, if it's also like a short film that's really bad, I'm not getting my tits out for that.
I always
if it's a poorly written project, that's embarrassing.
There's the Scarlett Johansson, because she's done one nude scene in her entire career.
Under the Skin?
And it was in Under the Skin.
Yeah.
And she basically like stated that this was a scene that was like entirely necessary for the story of like this alien that she plays.
I didn't even know if it necessarily was necessary for the film.
She believed it to be. And so
that's what's important.
That's what got her to agree to it, I guess. Whereas like she's never done a nude scene otherwise.
It's wild.
And that's I believe to this day even, because that movie's from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But that's the only nude scene she's ever done.
I didn't know that.
But then there's people like Paul Mescal who say that let's get it out.
Let's get it out. And good for him.
And he loves it.
He loves to let it out. He can't keep it away.
I've seen normal people.
Haven't we all? Also, like Jennifer Lawrence for ages did it. And then Red Sparrow, was that the name of that film? Yeah. I remember it was like a big deal. Everyone was like, this is the film that she chose to be nude for. And then No Hard Feelings happened. And she said, full frontal, babe.
Well, I'm pretty sure when she did Red Sparrow, she said that like doing it was almost like unlocking something, like it was freeing, and that she was like more willing to in the future.
I remember that as well. She was like, okay, it's already happened. Everyone's already seen it. Let's go.
Yeah.
And the No Hard Feelings one killed.
No, it's so funny.
So funny.
Such a good movie.
I love funny nudity.
You know, literally, nudity in comedy is underrated.
I agree. And also, funny female nudity, I feel like doesn't happen that often.
It does not happen very often. But that's because everyone over-sexualizes the woman's body. Yeah.
Maybe girls desexualize, so now we can comedify.
I think Jennifer Lawrence is taking a step in the right direction.
I fully agree. I will
But it
only
is definitely
bring my tits out on camera if people laugh at me.
Yeah.
No, I'd
A
probably
sideshow. You just pull it.
I'd actually maybe kill myself. Can you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
But back to the film.
Yeah, back to Twin Peaks.
Back to Twin Peaks. Yeah.
Why do you love this movie, I guess? Is it just because it's a prequel to the TV show that you love so much, or is there more to it?
That's definitely an element for sure. Though the first time I watched it, I had an adverse reaction to it. I think because, like, I just binged the show. I was like, whoa, I love this show so much. Incredible. It was like mourning that it was over because the new one had not come out yet and there was no sign of it on the horizon. So I was like, great, there's a film. And so I was expecting more of the same tone. I also like love the Dale Cooper, Kyle MacLachlan's character. So I was like, yes. And then I watched it and I was like, what?
And you got none of that.
I got literally none of that. And it's also like a tough watch when you're a teenager.
Also, I think if you're not used to sort of the David Lynch
I'd seen like a bit of David Lynch. That's why ultimately I ended up liking it, because I do like David Lynch stuff. But
Me
just
too.
because I was not expecting that, and it's not like the easiest watch in the world. Like she goes through a lot. So I was like, Jesus Christ, what is this? And so I was like, maybe I don't like it. But then I watched it again like the next day or something. Watched a lot of YouTube video essays on it. I was like, you know what, let's dive in again. And then we may have to get into spoilers.
Yeah.
So in the show, it is revealed before you even find out who actually killed her, that like the person who killed Laura Palmer and the person she's been seeing is this like weird evil spirit called Bob that's possessed someone, and then that person's killed her. And we find that out at the very beginning of season 2. And I remember saying like, what a cop out. It made me so mad because I hate when like random supernatural stuff is thrown into shows. And then I was like, I don't even care who did it because they didn't really do it. There was no motive. There's no point. It could have been anyone. What's the point? And then it's like revealed that it's her dad.
Yes.
This movie, I feel like, shares the culpability around more and doesn't necessarily be like, make it like, it's all supernatural. You can interpret the film as being like, she saw the vision of this guy Bob to try and like mentally cope with the fact that it was actually her father doing all of this. And so I liked that take on it more than the supernatural cop-out take that the show went for.
Yeah. No, I do also like that it's sort of like Laura's being of sort of suppressing, I guess, this abuse that she's enduring from her father.
And like the pop shift I liked as well. It kind of felt like a fan fiction in that way, where you get to like view things from a character's perspective that like you didn't get to see at all in the show because she was dead.
Yeah, it seems a little more mature of a
for sure
way of telling the story, I think.
Yeah.
I liked the because throughout the movie you see Bob throughout moments, but you don't know until
like
the end that it's her father who is doing these horrible things to her. And so I think that's what's so fun is it's not, there's no dramatic irony. It's we're going along this journey sort of with Laura, where we also sort of, especially if you haven't seen the show, you believe that this Bob is terrorizing her
the
and
person who was
stalking her and doing these horrible things. And we learn at almost the exact same time that Laura sort of makes the realization.
Yes.
So I like that. It feels a little more mature of a way of telling that story.
It's also more mature that like, so the show, obviously, because it's happened already, they talk a lot about what happened. And so you get that like her dad was sexually assaulting her and murdered her and all this stuff. But the film, like, you see it. You see it all happen. So, like, that's definitely more like mature kind of horrific take on it.
I also feel like this is a story that I'm glad they told, you know?
Yeah.
Especially because you only see Laura Palmer as sort of a corpse in the pilot of the show. Yeah. And it centers around her and everything that led up to her murder, but you don't ever see anything. So I think that this is a good way of, this is something that I feel like if it wasn't made, it would have almost been a little disappointing to not
I agree.
see.
Yeah. Like, I liked getting to see everything that they talk about in the show actually play out.
Yeah. And I mean, as somebody who has not seen the show, and has only seen the pilot, I think that as it says, it's supposed to be a standalone film. You don't need to watch the TV show to understand the movie. And I think for the most part, it is. Yeah. I think you can definitely watch it, for speaking from experience. Yeah. But I do think that there are a lot of things
that require would help with context.
A bit of context, yes.
Yeah. I feel
it's not bad.
Because especially because a lot of David Lynch stuff is confusing. Like a lot of his movies. So this movie is probably his least confusing if you have context.
That's true.
But if you don't have context, then it's probably the same amount of confusing as other David Lynch films.
Yes, David Lynch's films usually need a second watch or a little Google deep dive. So this is definitely not necessarily one of those. You're right. It's a
Blue
little
Velvet, the first time I watched, I hated.
Really?
My dad recommended it to me, and he was like, Carl McLachlan, like, you'll love. And then I watched it, and I said, what the hell was that? And then I watched it again, 2 months later, absolutely loved it.
As I say, I like Blue Velvet. It's not my favorite.
I wonder if I watched it now, where I'd fall.
If you'd feel the same way.
Yeah.
I think, God, this might be really annoying, but I think my favorite David Lynch movie might be Eraserhead.
I love Eraserhead. Jack Nance is in Twin Peaks. He's the one who says she's dead wrapped in plastic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I love Eraserhead.
Yeah.
But Inland Empire might be my second favorite or first favorite. I don't quite know.
Yeah.
But I love David Lynch. So
I love David Lynch too.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. This is a pro David Lynch pod.
And if you're an anti-David Lynch, I want you to get off my lawn.
Whoa, that was good. That was
Thank
scary.
You, I'm a voice actor.
I can tell.
Oh my gosh. I mean, do you have anything that you'd like to? Oh, I would like to say something.
Yes, please do.
Do you have your phone in front of you?
Yeah.
Pull it up.
Yeah.
I have officially letterboxed.
Did this happen during the pod?
Yes, live on the pod.
Whoa, a live letterbox.
Was holding back because I didn't want Annabelle to see my rating. Wait, before you see it, what did you think I give it?
I don't know.
Or did you already see it?
I have no idea. I think you liked it.
What would you guess?
I have no idea.
Wise? I want you to put your bet out there, and then if you get it right, oh my God, it's okay to be wrong.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I want you to put your bet out there. So.
No, I don't know.
No, you have to. You're legally obligated to. There's a gun to your back. Do not look. I see you looking it up.
No, okay. I literally all I saw was the title. I haven't seen a rating. What did I gave it a 10, right?
Yeah, you gave it a 10.
I have to. It's like
me too.
Really?
No, I'm telling you to guess.
Oh. I thought you said me too.
I did, and that was a joke.
That was really funny. It just didn't land because I wanted to take you at face value. A 4 out of 5, not out of 10.
A 4 out of 10.
Yeah. No. A 4 out of 5. An 8 out of 10.
Okay, check.
Oh.
You already looked at it.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I got here.
You know, originally I gave it a 3.5.
Okay.
But I
Yeah.
did up it after it was finished.
I'm glad. Love that.
I quite liked the ending.
Ending. Also, yeah, did you... The, like, Black Lodge... Red Room stuff, did that make any sense?
Oh, absolutely none.
Cool. I mean, to be honest, in the show you see it a lot more, but the first time you see it, like, what? And then you just keep seeing it, and eventually you're like, okay. But it doesn't necessarily make sense. You just see it a lot.
Yeah.
So when it came up in the movie, I remember being like, yes, thank God, we're so back.
Yeah. There, she's here.
She's here.
Yeah, I didn't. I just was like, okay. That's not what I meant by like the ending. I kind of erased that as like the ending.
Yeah. No. But that was just a thought I had. I realized that's crazy to digest in a movie.
You haven't seen the show, but again,
I think you'd like the show.
I think I would too, honestly.
It kills. I love it. Clearly.
It just feels long.
It's not
I
that
say
long.
as I'm watching Doctor Who.
Yeah, Jesus, Ben, that's long. The first season of Twin Peaks is only 8 episodes.
I know, but then the second season's so many.
Yeah, but I give you I have like a shortcut to season 2. After episode 8.
No, I have to watch it all if I'm going to watch
it.
You
don't.
I legally have to.
A woman gets memory loss and thinks that she's 17 and also becomes like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, hell yeah, she does.
And like this random ass character with an eye patch who's not even a main character.
I would need to know about it.
Nadine's crazy. Yeah, I guess.
Maybe someday. When I can stomach a whole TV show.
Hey, you're getting so much better. What do you mean?
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Yeah, no, I'm proud.
Oh, thank you.
You're so welcome.
I'm really good at miniseries, but I've been really trying to force myself with like actual TV shows.
Well, Twin Peaks is kind of like a miniseries.
Except it's 30 episodes long. It's
not 30. It's literally exactly 30.
What's 22 plus 8?
There are also 18 more.
Yeah, so it is a proper
do not
TV
watch
show.
season 3. I accidentally, Anna Summerhays in 2017, at the Actors Center, I told her I wouldn't stop running my mouth about Twin Peaks. Like, was obsessed with it. And she was like, I've always wanted to watch it. You've inspired me. I'm going to do it. She came back the next day and she said, Annabelle, what the hell did you tell me to watch?
Oh my God.
She was scarred.
And she only watched the third season?
She acts it. So because the third season doesn't like promote itself as the third season, it's like Twin Peaks The Return. She watched the first episode of Twin Peaks The Return. She was like, genuinely, my roommates and I are scarred. Like, we had such an unpleasant viewing experience and you ruined our night. And I said, I'm so sorry. That's not the Twin Peaks. Like, it's a crazy watch. Madeline Zima's in it.
Oh my God, Queen.
She blows up.
If I watched Twin Peaks, I would need to watch all of season 2 and I would need to watch the
Return.
2017.
Well,
Twin
Naomi's
Peaks.
in it.
Exactly. I mean, I've seen bits, so
yeah,
I would have to. I'd have to watch all of it, and that's a commitment. And I just don't have that in me.
You can
right
do
now.
it. You can do it.
I just don't have it in me right now.
I'll watch it with you.
Oh my gosh, that would take us 10 years.
Nope, I will make us watch it in a night.
Oh my God, I don't have a night.
One night.
I don't have it in me. Oh, Augie.
Augie loves Twin Peaks, actually.
Augie loves Twin Peaks.
He walks with the fire all the time. He loves it.
I mean, other than that, I think that Spooktober might be coming to an end.
I think that might be a close. Wait, Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, tag yourself. You're a dad, right?
You're a Donna, right?
You're Mr. Palmer. Yeah, I'm Donna Hayward.
I think I'm David Bowie.
I see you being dubbed. I dubbed this entire episode.
Stop. With a southern accent.
With a southern accent. But no, I think that might be.
What a
time.
good Halloween we've had.
What a good one.
Month of Halloween.
So true.
We got to watch our
enjoyed
favorite
it.
horror movie.
We got to revisit some classics.
We truly did. And we got to visit some non-classics.
We got to bring Reaper from the underground
Not
and bring
you
it to
knowing
the forefront.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, but it's not The Ring. It's not I Know What You Did Last Summer. These people have heard of Twin Peaks.
Repo is a cult classic, though.
Amen. Bring it back. You gave
Bring It
both of my
On,
movies
starring
fours.
Kirsten Dunst.
Stop
Did
it.
I?
Bring It On starring Cheryl Lee.
The way that you hate Kirsten Dunst now,
I
and you
don't.
continue to hate her, and
I
it's gonna,
don't.
you're gonna grind my gears because every time I mention Kirsten
Then
Dunst,
I'm
you're gonna
not
be like,
touching
"Ugh."
your gears.
You're gonna roll your eyes every time I say her name.
Not. I love her. It's like how you think I hate Anne Hathaway.
You literally hate Anne Hathaway.
I love Anne Hathaway.
In
I
our
just,
celebrities
Are you
that
gonna?
you no, in our Google Doc of celebrities that we're not allowed to steal, I almost put Anne Hathaway in the shared category.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can't do that.
Oh my god. Well, Kirsten Dunst is in the shared category.
Yes, but that's because I forgot how much you hate her. And
I
just
don't
realized.
hate her. And put Anne Hathaway in there. I love Anne Hathaway.
I think Anne Hathaway is gonna have to go on my list.
No, I love Anne
you don't
Hathaway.
deserve Anne Hathaway.
I don't love one performance, but that's
and
actually
it's
true
maybe
love.
one of her best performances.
No, that's not true. I don't trust the Academy remotely.
What's Anne Hathaway's best performance?
Princess Diaries.
You think?
Devil Wears Prada.
Interesting.
Not Devil Wears Prada. She kills in that, but I don't know what it is because I love her in so many things.
I know what my favorite Anne Hathaway performance is.
If it's Les Mis, I'm gonna shoot myself in the face.
It's not Les Mis.
Okay, good. What is it?
Colossal.
I love Colossal's my favorite Anne Hathaway movie, probably.
Same. It's my favorite Anne Hathaway movie, and it's my favorite Anne Hathaway performance.
I love Colossal.
My second favorite would be Rachel Getting Married.
Love Rachel Getting Married. I love most of her movies. I do think she kills in Bride Wars.
Hate Anne Hathaway.
I don't hate Anne Hathaway. I love Anne
You're
Hathaway.
overcompensating.
No, I'm not.
Kirsten Dunst gets added to that list too. I'm gonna have to update my doc of all the
shut your
actors you
mouth.
hate.
Nope. Well, you have a doc of all the actors I hate.
I do. All the actors you shouldn't hate is what
Hey.
it really is.
It's just Thomasine McKenzie.
Thomas McKenzie. Wow, you must have hated Eileen.
I love Eileen.
You must have hated
Shut your mouth.
Eileen. Your least favorite actors together in a movie.
Shut your mouth. Anne Hathaway
Crazy.
kills it, Eileen.
No, she's so good. in
And
it.
Thomasine
She's
McKenzie's
so
there.
hot in Eileen.
She's so hot in Eileen. She's a
my
hot little
God.
blonde, which is crazy.
I know.
One wouldn't necessarily not expect,
Associate
but like,
Anne Hathaway with blondness.
yeah, but like she kills it at
She does. She is amazing in Eileen.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I need
and
to
in A
rewatch
Mother's
that.
Instinct.
Oh my gosh. Is she blonde in that? Jessica's
blonde in that. She is brunette in that. Jessica
Yeah.
also kills as a blonde.
I know. Celia St. James. She's
Yeah.
blonde in The Help.
Yeah. Kills.
But yeah. Sorry for that tangent.
Ben just can't get off blondes.
I just can't get over how much Annabelle hates Anne Hathaway.
Oh
and Kirsten
my
Dunst
god.
is what it is.
I'm not going to play into this narrative. And Kirsten,
If you're watching,
I'm in love with you. Both of you.
see, listen to you overcompensate.
I don't mind you.
In love with?
You're alright.
After you just shit talked both of them for about 30 minutes.
You need to stop this discourse. Cut it out. Come on the pod.
So that we can work our beef out in
Wait, that also means Civil War I must hate.
Yeah, I know you do.
Kaylee Spaney?
Kaylee Spaney and Kirsten Dunst in a movie?
Diabolical. No,
Ugh.
I apologize to Kaylee. I don't apologize to Thomasine. And the other two, you know I love you.
Do they?
Yeah. I know they've got my letters.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay.
As long as you sent letters, then that's okay.
Absolutely. Handwritten, licked with love.
And as long as Kirsten Dunst can play Laura Palmer,
I wouldn't
we're
say
good.
that. Let Cheryl Lee have something.
Cheryl Lee's literally about to die. It doesn't matter.
Cheryl Lee is not about to die. Just ask Matt Rife. Like, she needs something that Matt Rife is not. No, that
Matt Rife.
Ben, that kind of ruined my night. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's so. I wish she, like you said, like she's never acted again. That's
I
better
found
than
out
acting
that
across
he was in
Matt
that movie
Rife.
the moment
What's
I
it called?
announced it. I Live Here Now.
Oh my god! Wait, Ben, did that come out a little bit ago?
I don't think so. I think it said upcoming.
I think they had preview screenings at AMC. Or maybe that was some other Matt Rife movie. He's in too much for my liking.
Um,
There was some Matt Rife film that they had like a
Let me
preview screening of
see.
for like 2 days at an AMC, and I said, what?
in terms of Matt Rife, he was in for 2024.
Yeah.
Also a movie called Beyond the Likes.
Could have been that.
I feel like it would have been I Live Here Now.
I feel like it was that. Like, the title really rang true to me.
Because that's the only one that's like completed too.
I wish I'd seen it.
That's crazy.
That's insane. I will be there. I will be there for Cheryl.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's a horror movie. It sounds good.
Oh, it is? Cheryl Lee Scream Queen.
But yeah. So everybody go watch that. And that's that on that.
And that's that on that. And that's that on this.
Oh.
I'm sick.
Yeah, I think it's time to see you
Next.
Tuesday.
Ooh. Bye.
Bye.